Facebook Live. Thank you so much for all your feedback with Dr. Dan DePompa yesterday and talking about the lymphatics. And two things have really arisen from that. One is everybody wants to know how to dry brush appropriately, so I'm going to go over that quickly. And second question that came up so much was, what happens if I don't have tonsils? Well, here's what's really, really great about your body. It knows that and it does what we call a workaround. Tonsils are the gatekeepers to the lymph system, and of course we prefer to keep them in because we don't have any extra parts here. It didn't come with spare parts. However, on our neck, if you can zoom in a little bit there, camera lady, that would be awesome. You can see here we have a lot of cervical lymph nodes and cervical trains, essentially, of our lymph along our neck, not just at our tonsils. This is the entire lymphatics of the head and the neck that translate down here further into on top of our clavicles, which we're going to talk about, our collarbones, which is where the end game is, right? So if you don't have your tonsils, typically what happens is much of your other cervical lymphs will take over. So it's not fatalistic if you don't have your tonsils. It's kind of like having a handicap, if you will, so to speak, you know? It's just something you got to work around. You got to work maybe a little bit hard to get your lymph to mobilize if you don't have your tonsils, because the rest of the lymph vessels in your cervix, in your neck, which is your cervical area, is going to just need to work a little harder. So we do things to accentuate that, okay? So now we're going to go to dry brushing. So just to remind everybody, the lymphatics only move when we move, right? And so our skeletal muscles move and our lymph moves. And we want to create that action as much as we can by not living a sedentary lifestyle. However, if we're healthy or we coming out of chronic illness and we want to stimulate our lymph, dry brushing is a great idea. I just want to go quickly on how to properly do that to get the most benefit for you to do at home. So right here above our collarbone, if you can see that right there, these are your endpoints for your lymph. My whole left arm, my entire body, as well as yours, drains right here to your left thoracic. It's on the left side above your collarbone. My head, my right arm, and this part of my breast all drain right here on this side. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get them moving, because think of these as exits on highways. If the toll booth, think of it better as a toll booth, okay? I live out in the Philadelphia area and we have a bit of traffic out here at times. And if the toll booth is closed, what happens is all the traffic backs up behind it, okay? And the typical way that people teach dry brushing is, okay, my lymph is clogged here and all the lymph is clogged here, so they want you to push this. So if traffic is backed up at the toll booth and this car starts to move forward, what's gonna happen? Pile up. So what do you need to do? You need to get this car to move through the exit, through the toll booth, so then this car can move, then this car can move, and all the cars can move after it, okay? So instead of starting at the feet, I want you to start at the neck, and I want you just gently, typically with these two fingers, because they are the most gentle on the system, you're not pushing hard, you're just gently pumping into that area. Can you see that real well and close up? Okay, good. So you want to gently pump into this area 5 to 10 times, okay? Just like back toward my back area. I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to work with my dry brush, and I'm going to just brush toward that. Always toward my heart, because that's where the lymph drains into, but I'm going to stimulate this part first. I'm already starting to sweat, by the way, because my lymph is starting to move. So once my lymph moves there, now I can move this part. Oh, now that this part's moving and this part's moving, now I can move over here. It's very gentle. And typically I do this in the shower because it's called dry brushing for a reason. Not because you want to do it in the shower wet, because you lose a lot of dead skin cells. And I'm going to have to sweep on my floor when I'm done with this because I'm going to lose a lot of dry skin cells. Okay? Then I'm going to do this side. I'm going to do it a little faster for the effect of a FaceTime live video that we're going to go faster. Okay? Once I've drained my arms, now I'm going to work my abdomen. I'm not starting down and pushing the traffic. I'm starting close and pushing the traffic. Okay? And our liver lives over here. Sweep my liver, sweep my abdomen, all toward my heart. I'm going to sweep this side. Okay. And then I'm going to sweep here up toward. And then I'm going to sweep up here up toward. Now, if I want to stand on one side, I'm just going to do this before I do this. And then I'll do this again. And then I can keep sweeping up. The sweat that's pouring off me right now because I'm moving my lymph, I wish you could feel. And I'm just gently, and this should take maybe 5 minutes total. Maybe 10 minutes, depending on how big you are. And then, tall you are. Then I end at my feet and my ankles. The ankles are important, even though I have on my gorgeous heels today. You want to get to your ankles because you have a lot of, wherever you have joints is where you're going to have a big collection of lymph nodes. But always think about the fact, I have an exit, I want to open my exit, and then I can get my traffic to move in. And the traffic that's going to move in is the traffic that's closest. I really thank you all for all your feedback here at True Wellness. We loved having Dr. Daniel Pompa here and Marilee. It was just such a pleasure to work with such authentic, real people that are just amazing. Not incredible doctor that Dr. Dan Pompa is, but also just an incredible person to be around, a fun person. We laughed so hard, I think I almost peed myself last night. And it's just so great to be around people like them. And I'm so happy you all are getting this information to mobilize your lymph. If there's anything else we can do to instruct you, please let us know. Let me know if you have any further questions about dry brushing or about whether or not you need to, how to address, rather, if you have your tonsils. Rebounding is really good, and you can do that at home. Rebounding is different than trampolines. Rebounders are a specific tension on the framework that allow you to just bounce. You don't actually jump off, you just bounce. And that vibration creates the movement of the lymph to start to be mobilized. Because, again, lymph only moves when we move. And so we want some kind of muscular movement, some kind of skeletal, your muscles of your skeleton to move so that your lymph moves. That's why yoga, walking, hiking, biking, going outside is great for us. Have a great day.